everyone, this is Robyn. Welcome to mypinkstamper.com. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I am so happy that you are taking a few minutes out of it to spend it with me. I will jump right in with today's video. I'm showing you the card first. I don't typically do that, but because I'm doing a fun technique on here, I thought I'd show you what I'm making today, and you can make this along with me. This is using the brand new upcoming Good Morning Magnolia stamp set with the coordinating Magnolia memory dies framelits that coordinate with it. These are available on June 4th at noon, starting noon Mountain Daylight Time, on my shopping page, mypinkstamper.stampinup.net. Everything you see today can be purchased directly from my shopping page. I will have an item code with a link. If this is your first time ordering from me, I will be sending you a full annual catalog in your thank you package from me as a gift. Okay, so let's jump right in with how we're going to make this beautiful card. And we're going to be doing a little bit of heat embossing today. And I'm using the wonderful, I don't have enough my vocabulary is limited this morning. This is the first, I'm just jumping in my office for the first time today, but I wanted to share this video right away with you. But I'm going to be using the coordinating designer series paper right here. And Stampin' Up! Has the most amazing designer series paper that coordinates with our suites. It coordinates with our stamping colors, our color family. And I just can't say enough about our paper. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. All right. Very first thing we're going to do is I'm taking a piece of our Whisper White. This is our thick Whisper White cardstock. You can use our regular Whisper White as well. And we're going to be doing some embossing with this. So you'll need, I'm using our VERSAMARK ink pad, and I'm using our white embossing powder. And what I've done is I've poured, is that a word? I've poured. It's kind of early here, you guys. I designed this card last night, but it was too late to do the video because all my kids were sleeping. So, okay, I poured like 3 to 4 jars of our white embossing powder in here. I go through a lot of embossing powder. I make cards for my customers, my team members, my family friends, and as gift sets for birthdays. So I'm always making cards, and I love to emboss. I'm going to be using our embossing buddy, and I'm just going to swipe it across where I'm going to be embossing. This helps with static. Sometimes when you're embossing, you'll get the little flecks of the embossing powder that just kind of sticks random places. So that's why we use the embossing buddy. Okay, so we're using the huge, large, very big stamp from the Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. So it's really large. And I'm using our large F block with this stamp. And what I do when I'm using a very large stamp is I just keep it on its back, and I will just tap the VERSAMARK or ink pad, whatever you're using. This is our watermark / embossing pad. We use this with our embossing powder. And I'm just going to turn this over. And it doesn't really have to be perfect on here because we're going to be cutting that out with a framelit. So you might want to add a piece of background paper behind this just so you don't get the embossing powder everywhere. I'm just going to try to be super careful, and if not, I'll just wipe it with my hand. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see that a little bit. It kind of picks it up where it is wet or sticky. Okay, so I have that on here. Just wipe that. Normally you would have a piece of background paper, but not Robyn today. Oh no, sirree Bob. Okay, I'm using our heat tool, and I'm going to set it to 2. I'm going to speed this process up a little bit since it's a larger image, but I typically just hold my heat tool on one end away from me, angle it away from your fingers, watch it melt, and then I slowly go across the whole entire image. You can also heat it from below, which I don't do, but you can do it like that. You can also, if you want to do circular motion, it doesn't really matter. You get the same result with all 3 ways of doing it. All right, I'm just gonna lay that down and let it cool off for a few seconds. And now we're going to be using our sponge daubers. These come in a set of 5, and I like to keep them with the same color groupings that I'm using. So this one will be rinsed off and I'll use it with the greens. And then let's start with the color that I'm using. I'm using our Petal Pink. So the designer series paper that coordinates with this suite will tell you the colors that are in the designer series paper right in the catalog, so you can coordinate your card with that if you're using that paper. Okay, got all of that. So I'm starting with our Petal Pink ink pad, and I'm just going to stick my finger in here, and I'm going to just start in the center and kind of just daub it and see how it just pops. And I'm just going to kind of feel around to where it is. And there's leaves all over the outside, so I'm trying to be careful to kind of miss the leaves. And I want this to be kind of it has different tones. So some of it I'm doing really dark, some of it I'm doing lighter. Okay, so we have this here. Kind of just pops a little bit. Don't have my glasses on this morning, so I'm hoping that I got all of it. I think I did. All right, I'll go ahead and close this. Now I'm using Mossy Meadow, which is also pulled from the color palette. This is a lot darker, so I don't have to add as much to my dauber. Isn't that fun? So my kids are out of school for the summer. Isn't that crazy? So I'm trying to hurry this up because one of my children has tennis in an hour, so we'll be driving across town for that in just a little bit. So it's going to be fun working from home this summer. It always is. It's a fun challenge because I get to work in between running my kids around and doing fun things with them. So that's why I love owning my own business. I get to set my own hours, which is super nice. Okay, so I am just popping this up. There we go. Isn't that so gorgeous? Look at that, you guys. And if you want to take a paper towel or if you want to take a tissue and kind of wipe that off, you can. I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to grab, since we have our Mossy Meadow open, I'm grabbing a piece of our Petal Pink cardstock. This is cut at 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to make this a simple thank you card. So some of you, my customers, may be getting this card in the mail from you because I like to hand stamp my own thank you cards for my amazing customers that order online from me. So I just have the thanks on there. That is all the stamping we're doing. So I can set all of that aside. Try to clean up as I go, just a little bit, not a ton right now, because I just don't have time to clean up everything. All right, so I am going to be pulling out the Big Shot right here, and I'm using our dies on here. This is a piece of our vellum cardstock. I'm going to put this on this side, and I'm going to grab the largest circle from our Layering Circles Framelits for that part right there. So now I'm using the large flower. This is the Thinlet set that coordinates with this. And did I say flower? The large framelit. I'm not sure what I said actually. I'm just going to put that around that or over it carefully. We don't want it to move, so I just kind of hold it there. Come on, you can do it. I have it stuck. There we go. I know. It's not the time to stick. Okay. So I roll this through the frame, the Big Shot. Our framelits will work with all hand die cutting machines. All right. Okay, and ready for this? Set this aside. I'll just pop this out and look at how gorgeous that is. So beautiful. So now it's time to put this simple card together. It's simple, but it's elegant. So this is a piece of our Mossy Meadow cardstock. It's cut at 5 1/2 by 8 1/2 inches. I'm going to fold it in half using our bone folder for nice tight creases. I just heard some embossing powder. All right. I'm going to start with the bottom for this one. I'm going to layer up this piece here, and I'm using our snail adhesive, which is refillable, which is wonderful. Put this right on here so it has a nice even layer around it, frame around it. Now this is a piece from our coordinating designer series paper set. This is cut at 4 by 4 inches. Okay, and then I'm going to just have a little showing on the top. There we go. Now I'm going to take our beautiful flower that we just embossed, and I'm going to add a little bit of our adhesive, and then I'm taking our vellum circle and I'm just going to lay it right on top of that. It's just going to kind of show behind it a little bit. I'm going to turn this over, and now I'm grabbing some of our Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to add quite a bit on here. We get 300 in a pack, so you get quite a bit to use. And this is such a large image. I just really want it to be secure. And I want my family and friends, customers to be able to display it and have it be nice and solid. Whoops. Okay, and you just take the backing off the backs. I think I got the backing, I did. And then I'm going to add it right here. Now I have a gorgeous, beautiful card using our Good Morning Magnolia. Good morning, Magnolia. That will be available on my shopping page on June 4th. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning, and I will see you soon. You can find me on my blog, mypinkstamper.com. If you like what you saw today, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you'll be notified when I have new video tutorials. Don't forget to click the little bell. Have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.